Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Jude is calmed by Mama Nicole Stefan's incriminating EJ recording, when Sloan can't. The Friday, March 22nd spoilers for Days of Our Lives indicate that when EJ DiMera went inside the Salem Police Department's interrogation room, Stefan DiMera had a chessboard set up. After insisting that they were playing for freedom, Stefan took out his phone and played a clip of EJ. EJ was heard talking about Stefan's new identity and travel plans, so Stefan threatened to throw EJ in jail alongside him. Stefan pretended like they all had goals here after EJ discovered Harris Michaels had won in order to protect Ava Vitale. He promised not to play the recording for Harris and asked for the charges to be waived in exchange for Stefan's evidence against Clyde Weston, James Reed. EJ eventually gave up, although he acknowledged that he was unable to completely have the accusations dropped. Stefan indicated he could live with EJ reaching a sentencing agreement as the best he could. Still, there remained the issue of the wealth Stefan had given to EJ. EJ didn't understand why he should waste his time playing a winner-take-all game of chess with Stefan. EJ sat down to play and had the upper hand for a bit when Stefan made fun of him and pretended to be afraid. Even after Stefan won the game with some unexpected plays, EJ pretended it didn't matter because he still had Stefan's signature. In the end, though, EJ proposed that they talk about the specifics of who received what later. EJ and his brother came to an agreement when he pointed out that the judge would grant time served provided he arranged everything for Stefan. Harris met Ava in the interim to alert her to the possibility that anything might go wrong with their plan. Harris was unaware of what was going on behind closed doors because Stefan insisted on having a one-on-one conversation with EJ. Ava didn't think Stefan would be a problem, but because EJ was a SOB who detested her even more than Stefan, she didn't have as much faith in him. Ava was concerned that Harris might turn on her again, but he maintained he had to take the chance since he couldn't lose Ava. Ava knew Harris had tried his hardest to keep her safe, no matter what. Harris returned to the police station after telling Ava he wasn't going to give up. Ava was present when Harris handcuffed Stefan and made him an arrest on Friday's episode of Days. John Black told Melina Evans at the townhouse that he would take a plane to Greece to surrender himself into the police after apologizing to Konstantin Meliunis. Despite Marlena Evans's pleas for him to stay in Salem, John left for the Kyriakis' house. After John left, Marlena called Steve Johnson and requested his assistance. Maggie Kyriakis was the next guest on Friday's DOL episode. She was taken aback by John's appearance and even more so when Marlena and Steve followed him. When Konstantin finally showed up, John expressed his sincere regret for what he had done to Katharina. As Maggie learned more about the events surrounding the pawn and Aria, she began to wonder if John wasn't the real culprit, given his inability to recall. John was the only person in the room with Katharina at the time, therefore he was adamant that he was responsible. John then announced that he was planning to travel to Greece in order to surrender himself in exchange for the crime. Konstantin corrected John when he said he knew Konstantin would never be able to forgive him. Konstantin stunned everyone in the room by insisting that he did forgive John. On Friday's episode of Days, Sloan Peterson Brady welcomed Nicole DiMera into her home but turned down her offer of scones since she didn't enjoy them. Eric Brady had said to Nicole that Sloan didn't really like that the cake at the baptism event was buttercream instead of vanilla. Nicole peered at Jude Brady during his nap, and Sloan told her not to talk too loudly because he slept lightly. Sloan later acknowledged that she wasn't actually in favor of Nicole hosting the event because of the intense atmosphere. Sloan also harbored resentment towards Nicole for stealing Jude Brady. Nicole thought that Holly Jonas needed to get used to being in each other's life, which is why she made such a sincere plea for him to join in the festivities. Nicole apologized to Sloan for bringing Jude along that day during a difficult time. Nicole professed her love for her spouse, before insisting that she was relieved that Eric was content with his own wife and child. Eric once showed up looking very damp from his shower and wearing a towel. EJ apologized, saying he didn't realize Nicole was there, and hurried back into the other room to change. When Jude woke up, Sloan found it difficult to settle him down. Nicole held him in her arms and sang him a lullaby. Eric was happy to see Nicole return Jude to Sloan after a very calm exchange. On Friday's day's show, Eric thanked Sloan and told her how glad he was to be back with his family. Nicole had left. EJ told Nicole in the town square that everything with Stefan worked out and that it was a case of all's well that ends well. Stay in for more predictions on all the DiMera family trouble, as spoilers on Days of Our Lives suggest that EJ may soon have to deal with more brother difficulties. Maggie's discovery, John haunted, Kristen and Alex's plan, and Sarah's advocacy. Spoilers for Monday, March 25's episode of Days of Our Lives indicate that Sarah Horton supports Konstantin Meliunis to Xander Cook. Maggie Horton Kyriakis has a fresh perspective on Konstantin. John Black tries to reconcile his history. Furthermore, Alex Kyriakis and Kristen DiMera come up with a fresh idea. Discover what will happen next in the Peacock soap opera by continuing to read. According to Monday, March 25 DOL spoilers, Xander and Sarah get into a little argument. Xander is aware of Konstantin's malice. Xander worries much more about Konstantin because he is also quite close to Maggie. Sarah, though, will make an effort to persuade Xander that Konstantin has changed. Sarah is obviously unaware of what viewers are aware of. Fans should anticipate that Maggie will have a new perspective on Konstantin on Monday, March 25. John now went to Konstantin to discuss the events in Aria. At that point, John is said to have slain Konstantin's daughter. Steve Johnson and Konstantin, though, acknowledged that they did not witness John murder the young woman. According to spoilers for Monday, March 25's episode of Days of Our Lives, Kristen and Alex will cross paths again. In an attempt to prevent Brady Black and Teresa Donovan, Emily O'Brien, from getting back together, Kristen and Alex are working, but at the moment, Brady is rather preoccupied with Tate Black's ongoing criminal justice issue. Kristen and Alex will come up with a scheme to make Brady and Teresa envious in the meanwhile. To be honest, it sounds like Alex and Kristen could be pretending to be in a romantic relationship. Brady might not give a damn, but Teresa most definitely will. Teresa seemed to genuinely care about Alex, despite her targeting of him. So let's see what Brady gets envious of Alex and Kristen. Will Alex try to act like he and Kristen are in love? If so, it might actually come to pass. On Monday, March 25, which storyline are you most excited to see? Regarding Alex, Kristen, Brady, Teresa, and Tate, what predictions do you have? What lies ahead for Maggie, Konstantin, John, Steve, and the other Salem residents? Post your ideas in the space provided for comments below. Don't forget to keep watching Peacock soap opera to see what happens next.